Hello, friends. It's me. I'm honestly surprised I'm able to pull this off. I'm just getting over hurting my back, and I just barely scratched out this one, so let's get this good and recorded and ready, because this ought to be interesting. This is part 2 of Karen versus Louisianabeard, The Reckoning. That's what it's called. Let's do this. Hey Moonhorse, hello, Sango, and the rest of the Moon Cult. I proudly present the second chapter of this insane saga of a Karen versus a neckbeard. I don't know if chapter 3 will be released anytime soon. Things in my college life are picking up, and I may need to take a short hiatus. Makes sense. But I promise I will have chapter 3 at some point. I hope you all enjoy. Deborah walked out of her massive house and onto the front porch that lovely morning. The sun was just beginning to rise from the east, producing a bright sunshine that glistened in the morning dew on her lawn. She began pulling out a pack of Camel cigarettes when she saw the fat pig stomping over to her. She just stared at him blankly while pulling out a lighter. The fat pig was coming to her with fists clenched tightly and a face red with anger. This ought to be good, Deborah thought.
"Where is my Xbox?"
Lewis asked. I don't know what you mean.
"Where is my Xbox?"
Deborah breathed in the fresh tobacco smoke before blowing it all over Lewis's face. I don't know what you're insinuating. The only Xbox here is my son's.
"That wasn't his and you know it. It doesn't belong to your son. Doesn't your son already have an Xbox?"
Oh, that's the funniest little thing. You see, I had to get my son a new Xbox this morning after I accidentally ran over his old one with my car. Kids these days always leaving their stuff out in the yard.
"What?"
Lewis frantically looked over to Deborah's trash can. He opened the lid and began searching through the garbage, only to find an Xbox smashed to pieces. Lewis was beginning to freak out. Was this his? Was it the kid's just so Deborah could taunt him over stolen property? Both were equally likely, Lewis thought, given how sadistic this Foyd was. Lewis began shedding a few tears. If this was his baby, it broke his heart to see her in such shambles. He quickly wiped away the tears, and his sadness turned to anger. "You stole and destroyed my property." No, I didn't. Lewis was flabbergasted.
"Yes, you did. You even admitted it.
When did I do that?
Last night you wrote me a note bragging about it."
What note? Lewis angrily pulled the note and shoved it into her hands.
"This one."
Oh, yeah. Before Lewis could react, Deborah took the note and lit it on fire with her lighter, before placing the now burning note into her ashtray. He was stunned. Guess you won't be squealing to the police now, fat pig, Deborah said smugly.
"Oh, I will call police about this. I'll call them and all."
And you'll what? You can't prove the Xbox is my can is yours. The only evidence you have against me is now gone. Face it, fat pig, you're screwed as a light bulb.
"You won't get away with this."
Lewis promptly stormed off and headed back to his house. He always knew women her age were trouble, but this was a new low. Deborah had stolen from him, destroyed his property, and mocked him about it. But he would get his revenge. She may be laughing now, but he'll break her dead. You had to put in the Chris Chan line, huh? For Deborah did not understand whom she was messing with. She was messing with a galaxy-brained, chivalrous knight, trained in all combat styles, both European and Japanese. With his intellect, he'll figure out a way to bring Deborah to her knees. It was at that moment that Lewis did the one thing that all neckbeards are good at: online research. For if Lewis wanted to destroy Deborah, he needed to know his enemy. He began scouring over her social media accounts, looking for anything that he could use against her. When he found her Facebook, Twitter, Instagram accounts, he saw the massive amounts of posts that Deborah made. She made constant posts on these platforms, and had a lot of online followers. From this information, Lewis determined that Deborah was a woman who prided herself on her online reputation. If he could destroy that, he could destroy her completely. So, how does one destroy someone's online reputation? Lewis thought about this for a while, and then it hit him. Of course. The best way to destroy someone is with off-color comments they made years ago. After all, nothing kills an internet blog faster than racism. So Lewis began searching. and searching and searching. He spent hours looking over Deborah's social media accounts but could find nothing. So he continued searching and searching. Oh, come on, he thought. As void as a southern middle-aged white woman, she had to at least drop the N-word once on her social media accounts. Oh my god. After Lewis had spent 8 hours searching all of her internet posts, he came up with nothing. She's many things, but her social media accounts were clean of any forms of racism. However, there was something particularly interesting that Lewis found in Deborah's Facebook page. Pyramid Lifestyles was what it was called. Well now, what was this? Lewis decided to look into these posts, and what he found was very interesting indeed. Pyramid Lifestyles. Have you ever felt like your body was out of sync? Have you ever had an idealized version of yourself that you just can't reach? Pyramid Lifestyles provide the ultimate revolution in health technology. Using a combination of essential oils and health practices imported from Egypt, Pyramid Lifestyles hopes to give you a better you. Simply purchase our care products and you'll be walking like an Egyptian in no time. Order now! Essential oils? Body care? What was this? Lewis then looked at the main website of this Pyramid Lifestyles. Based on the website, it was a company that was always looking for new recruits to help sell its products. In fact, the number of people talking about how much money they got selling these care packages was insane. Alright, it's weird, but not too suspicious. Maybe the company was doing this to get new workers? That's what he thought until he saw that the website talked about how easy it was to become part of the Pyramid Lifestyle. You don't even need formal job training. You just need to pay $100 up front for your sales kit, and you too can be a sales rep at Pyramid Lifestyles. It was at that moment it dawned on him. Pyramid Lifestyle's a fucking MLM! For Lewis, this was too perfect. Deborah's job was to sell these crappy products to people and to recruit others selling into the fold. Lewis almost felt sorry for Deborah being part of an MLM if it wasn't for two things. Number one, the shit she did to him previously. And number two, the massive house that Deborah lived in. If she could afford a house like that, she would have to be near the top of this little pyramid scheme. Hell, it would not surprise Lewis if Deborah was the one who founded Pyramid Lifestyles. This, however, was too perfect for him. Now instead of destroying her reputation, he can destroy her reputation and her bank account. The perfect punishment for a female of Deborah's caliber. Deborah was busy setting up a presentation in a room she had rented at a local business office. The room itself had rows upon rows of fold-out chairs and brochures on top of each chair. The room quickly crowded with 40 or so college-age people, each one taking a seat. She was ecstatic. A crowd like this would provide ample opportunities for her business. There were dollar signs in Deborah's eyes, and everything was going according to plan. Everything. Except for a fat man in his late 20s. The man was wearing a black suit, barbecue sauce stains, topped with a fedora. This man also held in his arms a brown folder filled with papers, and he carried himself with a take-me-seriously type of body language. On top of all that, the man had a smell to him that Deborah recognized. The smell, she thought. That kind of smell. Kind of smelly smell that smells. Smelly. I get it. Oh, shit. That's that fat pig from next door! Deborah quickly stormed to Lewis. The hell you think you're doing here? She whispered. My mother told me that I had to start paying rent. So I'm here to try and get a job at your company, Lewis said innocently. She was suspicious of his turn of events. She destroyed this guy's Xbox, and here he was looking for a job? What was he planning? She wanted so desperately to toss him out the door, but that could make her look bad in front of her new clients. No, she needed to handle this as professionally as possible. She'll give the presentation, and then tear this asshole a new asshole. And if he tries anything, she can call security. Take a seat, Deborah said, venom dripping from her words. And Lewis did just that, but not before all of the college students moved a good 2 feet away from him. So, Deborah turned off the lights and began her presentation. She did every boomer move a person could do to try and look hip and cool, using phrases like radical and to the extreme. She played one of those top 40 songs in the background of her speech. She even tried splicing in dated memes into her PowerPoint presentation. But above all that, she talked about how rich she became when joining Pyramid Lifestyles. How she can set up her own appointments with her own clients and make tons of money from this venture. Flexible work schedule, tons of money. College students became enamored by this. She then showed the products that the college students were expected to sell. She showed off gift baskets of these new health products that Pyramid Lifestyles was selling. Body lotions laced with essential oil, specialized birth control with all natural ingredients from Egypt. Very good-looking products. As she continued, Lewis began passing around sheets of paper to the whole audience. What was he doing? "This product is made with what?" one of the college girls exclaimed. "Is there something wrong?" "Yeah, why is crocodile dung used to make these birth control products?" The crowd shouted unanimously, different layers of disgust. "Now, folks, listen, it's perfectly fine." No, it's not. "Look, ancient Egyptians used crocodile dung as an early contraceptive." "Obviously, so no guy's gonna bang a girl that uses that stuff," one guy called out. "So you want us to use that on our... Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick," another girl cried out. "I bet she didn't even tell you that you have to buy the starter pack for $100, Lewis said smugly. The crowd was shouting, angry, confused. Everyone started looking more intently at the papers Lewis handed out. Stories of people who joined this company only to make little or no money from the endeavor. In some cases, even losing their life savings to Pyramid Lifestyles. Yes, it was possible to get rich from this business, but you'd have to be at the top of this pyramid for that to happen. The crowd was thoroughly disgusted, first by Lewis's smell, and then the crocodile dung, and now by the predatory business practices displayed here today. One by one, the college students stood and walked out the door, wanting nothing to do with Pyramid Lifestyles. Soon, the room was completely empty of everyone, except for Lewis and Deborah. "What the hell is your problem?" Deborah yelled. "Well, when you take away a gamer's Xbox, he's bound to get bored," Lewis said smugly. "So, you ruined my business to satisfy your boredom?" "No. This isn't me ruining your business. This is me ruining your business." Lewis held up his phone, showing tons of articles about Pyramid Lifestyle's shady behavior posted on all of Deborah's social media accounts. I'll just flag them all," Deborah said sternly. Lewis giggled. His giggle became a laugh, and then his laugh became a hearty cackle. "You fool! I have 700 bot accounts. You'll never be able to block all of my reposts." "Why would you even need that many accounts?" "When foids like you block nice guys like me, we have to have that many accounts to circumvent these blocks." Deborah was shocked at the tenacity of this fatty. "Besides, people on your social media page are blowing this up. You won't be able to get away from this, you foid. It'll become a Streisand effect if you try. Consider your business dead." Deborah's shock turned to anger, and then it turned to unbridled fury. "I hope you realize this means war." "War? With a female? I'm not afraid." "You should be, fatso," Deborah snapped, her voice now cold and calculating. "Let me tell you, in the simplest way that your tiny brain can comprehend, you are screwed. Beyond all capable reasoning, I will not stop. I will not give up. I will hunt you down. Throughout the state of Louisiana, hell, the entire world if I have to, just for the sole purpose of seeing everything you love go up in flames, so you better watch your back, fatso, because I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting." Oh boy, that... I'm liking this story. Oh my goodness. just more stuff going on, and you just never know when things are going to get crazier. But I like the pyramid scheme little thing, the MLM stuff. That was a good touch. This was really good. Thank you so much for writing this, and oh my goodness. Thank you all for being here. I'm gonna wrap this up because this is just too fantastic. I really don't have much else to add, but this was really, really good. Thank you again, Gantt Chart, for writing this, and thank you all for being here. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Ko-Fi and my merch store. I'm always adding new things and, creating more stuff. Weird stuff, mostly. It's a lot of weird stuff. But if you have your own story you want to send me, you can send it to r/Moonhorse Stories. I check it every day, so I will see it. And, I love you all so very much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everybody.